Hello and welcome to another Yemmy Reviews. I know I've been kind of lacking on the videos lately, been a little lazy to be honest, but here I am planning a bunch of things, so stick around, right? Hey, big shout out to True RGM. He makes montages for sports, and they're pretty damn well done. If you like that basketball or sports in general, hey, check him out. Subscribe if you like the content, as always. Alright, let's get into this review for Doom from 2016. Get your heavy metal ready, and I'm not talking about that shit like Metallica or Disturbed, I'm talking that metalcore screaming gent. I'm talking Veil of Maya, Vanna, My Ticket Home, Ocean's 8 Alaska, Lamb of God era. Y'all know what I'm talking about, because Doom is metal to the core. The soundtrack, the gore, the blood, the guns, the atmosphere, the demons, and of course hell! The music hits you like, and you start headbanging while playing, and boom, you smack down a demon by snapping his back in half and ripping his head off, and you just feel the adrenaline flow through your body, and like, it's amazing. Alright, enough of spewing my musical tastes everywhere, let's get into this review of Doom from 2016. Doom is a reboot of the series of the same name. The last Doom to come out was Doom 3. It was pretty good. But a long time has passed since then, and this is the bloody and gory game that we needed from the series. Let's start with the story because you may not be interested in it, so I'll just go over it pretty quickly. In simplest terms, a renowned scientist opens the gates to hell and spews out demons everywhere, killing everyone in the facility besides from you and the robot who was kind of in charge of the facility. You then must fight your way through the narrow corridors of the facility and the open, spooky locations of hell. The main enemies you fight in here are demons who spew fire and jump around like Geth from Mass Effect 1, and there's also cannon fodder demons who are just kind of like the scientists and staff who are corrupted, who take a few hits to kill. Other brutal enemies include a giant floating ball of death, giant rocket launcher using skeleton freak, big old Red Bull, and my personal favorite, the Stampede Short Boy. The campaign is pretty much there just to keep you going through the missions with some backstory. And it also moves the levels forward, so it is kind of throwaway if you ask me, but the level design is very well done in the game, especially once you get to hell, so it kind of offsets it. The weapons you use are all beastly, with the cherry on top being the BFG, or the big fucking gun. There's limited ammo for this weapon, so use it sparingly, but when it is used, holy mother of shit is it powerful. Kills everything in one hit, no joke. Other weapons you find, like the assault rifle, both combat and double-barreled shotguns, and even the plasma rifle are upgradable. You find upgrades by either completing challenges for each level, or finding this floating robot thing carrying a box. Your suit can also be upgraded for extra health, more ammo, and extra armor. And you find those on red soldiers hidden around on the maps. Other things you can get for your suit include ruins, which give you boosts. There are way too many to go over, but just know that you must complete a challenge before getting them, whether it's killing enemies with only explosive barrels or being able to move only when firing your gun with limited ammo. The game plays like you'd expect a Doom to play. It has a highly arcade feel to it that really it feels great, even in the modern days. If you've played the other games, or maybe even the old Halo games, it feels more like those, and it's great. Ammo, health, armor, it's all on the ground like old school games, but it doesn't look it. The kill moves you do are bizarrely satisfying, so much so that you will want to do them every time you come across an enemy. When an enemy emits a white hue, you can get close, and when it turns orange, you melee them and you'll do a kill move. You'll receive health, ammo, armor for your exploits. If you're looking for multiplayer, this game has that covered with a Quake Halo-ish multiplayer that pits two teams against each other. There are multiple modes to choose from, and if you're lucky enough, you'll be able to turn into a demon yourself. You'll be able to wreak havoc on your competitors for a short amount of time. The maps are designed with nostalgia in mind, and they play pretty well. Now, I won't say that I personally like the multiplayer, but it did remind me of the old days, and if I want to play some old school shooter action, I'd probably go to this game. The other mode in Doom is the map creator. Now, I wouldn't say that this is great, but I will say that it is pretty easy to use, but it's not entirely needed in the game. Creating maps is a little tedious, and player user generated maps are interesting at first, but most of them are pretty garbage. All in all, Doom 2016 is a very well done game with plenty to offer in the FPS genre. Now, this does say Switch above it, doesn't it? Well, right. The Switch version surprisingly runs just as well on the PS4 or Xbox versions. The only quarrel I have is it's not as easy to move around and shoot with the Joy-Con controllers. I should just using the Pro controller with this one, my dudes. The Switch runs this game really well, and there are no noticeable differences between the two games, and the Switch version even has multiplayer. You all the DLC for free as well, but it's just the multiplayer maps and stuff, so it's nothing too major. I would say that any version of Doom is the correct one to buy, and personally it didn't make much of a difference to me. Like I said, just using a Pro controller on the Switch made it feel 100% identical. Doom is a perfect example of a reboot done right. The graphics are on point, the guns are great, the enemies are amazing, the challenges are difficult but not impossible. The story is okay at best, but the boss fights are amazing. Hell, looks spooky, and the facility actually can spook you more at times. The levels are designed really well, and the game overall feels very much like an old school Doom, just with a fresh coat of paint. The only things I would change or take out would be the map editor, of course. The story was just kind of there, right? And it, like I said, it's not a bad story, but it's not great, I gave Doom 2016 a 4.8 out of 5. Now, if I could just get this damn red paint off.